no counts.
That's it?
That's it.
I got it. And I'll work with Ron and Fez.
And the only prescription is more cowbell. I could have used a little more cowbell. I gotta have more cowbell. We should probably give him more cowbell.
Hit the damn cowbell.
My mic was off.
Idiot. That hurts.
It's going to be one of those shows, is it, Tubbs? My mic was off. None of the equipment works.
That's that slippery slope that I just see us sliding on down from second one of the show.
I have no idea how that happened. I have no idea at all.
I was just standing here. I don't know.
Tommy was spanking Sid, and I guess I was watching that. Next thing I know, it was cowbell time.
So the red buttons are on.
I gotta have more cowbell.
All right, buddies, it's the Ron and Fez show. I'm Ron, there's Fez.
Hiya, buddies.
And it's just 1 week from tonight, Fezzy, when we do the show live out at Dave & Buster's.
Dave & Buster's, the White Flint Mall in Bethesda, Maryland. Like Ronnie said, it is next Thursday.
Next Thursday night, all kinds of stuff lined up. Crazy. Jen's doing stunts. We're having contest. Also, Fezzy, the live hypnotist show, which is going to be R to X rated, from what I understand. If you've never seen a hypnotist show, Don the Hypnotist puts on a great job. Now, if you call in now at 866-277-4969, 866-277-4969, we have Dave & Buster power cards, so when you come out to the show, you have some power cards to play the games.
That's right. You can use them on the $1 Million Midway at Dave & Buster's.
All right, it's 866-277-4969. Call in now and win.
All right, we have a Bushism alert today. President Bush, signing the defense spending bill, was telling us exactly what our enemies are up to and who our enemies might be.
Our enemies are innovative and resourceful, and so are we. They never stop thinking about new ways to harm our country and our people, and neither do we.
All right. Now we finally... It's the enemy within, Ronnie. That's what we have to worry about.
I got to hear that one more time, Dubs. I got to hear it one more time.
Our enemies are innovative and resourceful, and so are we. They never stop thinking about new ways to harm our country and our people, and neither do we.
You know something, Fezzi? I had to tell you the truth. If he wasn't so dangerous, he'd be adorable. If he did not have that position and maybe was just a sidekick on a sitcom, I would just love him.
It's amazing. Everyone is standing around him, and you know what? I don't think anyone flinched. Rumsfeld, everyone just stood there, let it go.
All they thought to themselves, finally, we're telling the truth. We're as dangerous as the terrorists.
We don't stop trying to come up with ideas to harm this country and our people.
Now, I know that he's either got this little touch of dyslexia or at least doesn't read well, doesn't enjoy public speaking, but this many times does he make these kinds of mistakes?
No, you know what? This is beyond an accident now.
Yeah.
You know what? It's psychological with him, Freudian, if that's the right term.
I think it's beyond Freudian. I think one day he's going to say, "Look, everyone, it's my peachy," and pull his pants down before they can get to him.
He knows this country's in a mess. This job was not as easy as he thought it would be. It's not all just eating raw corn in Davenport, Iowa.
It was until he took over. He had the skateboarding job of all time.
And I swear he can't in his mind consciously want to lose, but he is sabotaging himself because he knows exactly what he's saying.
I don't think he is sabotaging himself, Fezzi, because none of his real followers want to hear it. They do not care. They don't even slightly care.
He is the Manchurian candidate, except the other way.
Yeah.
He is trying to get out of office, and neither do we.
You know what? It's too much fun, Dubs. We got to hear it one more time.
Our enemies are innovative and resourceful, and so are we. They never stop thinking about new ways to harm our country and our people, and neither do we.
Oh, my God.
What a maniac. And now listen to the robotic delivery of it.
Yeah.
That speech is written.
Yeah.
There is a gag writer in the White House that is throwing things in like he's Ron Burgundy.
We wish, Fezzy, there's a gag reader in the White House. That's what it is. And for some reason, he's pulling the prank on the writer. Someone's screaming at the writer, and the writer's going like this. Look at the teleprompter, sir. I guarantee you it's correct. I guarantee you it's correct. The funny thing about it, and the kind of neat thing about it, is you couldn't do these things if you were writing for a Ted Baxter. Everybody would go, come on, that's a little too obvious. That's a little too stupid. But it really is Ron Burgundy.
And I can't wait for Bushisms, the DVD, to come out. I don't know when that's going to hit the stores. But here's the open with this one.
Yeah.
This one is great.
I know. Michael Moore just went, damn it. If I would have just waited, that could have been the perfect ending for my movie.
Michael Moore could be filming the rest of his life. There could be, some sort of 10-hour film he tries to put out if he tried to put it all in together.
Yeah, suddenly it's a masterwork, and he finally goes mad because there's just too much raw material to edit.
We're going to get Apocalypse Bush Part 2 or whatever it was. It's just so embarrassing, and it doesn't stop. It's just about every day now.
It's, again, if he wasn't the president, you would just love the guy. It's just fun stuff.
John McCain, a former prisoner of war in Vietnam, called an ad criticizing John Kerry's military service dishonest and dishonorable. And he urged the White House on Thursday to condemn it. The White House has declined condemnation.
The beauty of this, Fez, is there's a new ad out that they put out. I guess some of the guys that were in Vietnam with John Kerry, who says he's a kid killer, said that he shot a kid, shot animals, and lit huts on fire.
Yeah, shot a teen as he was trying to run away.
The beauty of this is, for the people who missed the opportunity to spit on the Vietnam vets as they came home, here it is, and you can do it from your own television. It's exactly what they say. It's always the people going, the Vietnam vets are kid killers, the Vietnam vets are kid killers. Finally, they kind of feel like they've stopped that, and here we are pushing it. Why can't we run John McCain for president? And why is that a nutty idea? A guy who's willing to say, hey, I don't care what party I'm in, but right is right.
Because he won't go along with what, I don't know, the establishment wants him to say. He won't call us the enemy like George Bush will.
Oh, let's hear it one more time.
He won't go along with it.
We got to hear it again.
Keep it ready all night.
Okay.
And have a copy put next to my bed.
Our enemies are innovative and resourceful, and so are we. They never stop thinking about new ways to harm our country and our people, and neither do we.
Now, at the time, I wish you could have saw the video, because when he said, and neither do we, he held up a big bloody axe, and everybody screamed.
He has a think tank working on how to harm us.
Scary. I don't think he means it. I think that's a mistake.
I think he means it. I think he means every word. And if we don't vote him back in, he's going to really let us have it. In that 90 days that he'll have left. Natalie Portman wore her Vote for John Kerry shirt on TV while she was plugging her new film. But shows like Good Morning America and The Early Show, they refused to shoot it.
What they did was they made sure they just kept it directly on her face so that you couldn't see, even for a moment, that she had a political choice.
I heard that Good Morning America tried to have her hold up a bouquet of flowers in front of her.
Is that... No, you're kidding me, right?
No, I heard that. I read that, and it's like, everyone's going to know she's just holding a bouquet of flowers. What are you trying to do?
So this is the funny thing about like shows like this. It's okay if you come on and you have a Coca-Cola shirt, if you have a shirt for your new movie, as long as you're selling something for profit, they're all part of it. But if you happen to say, hey, here's what my political stance is, whether you're against abortion, no matter what it happens to be, What's the problem with somebody just saying what their political point is?
You know, they throw out that equal time rule. Like, that counts for anything anymore. These networks sit there, they interview each other. The reporters are also the interviewees.
Yeah.
You know, so it's nothing but, you know, political views.
Why don't they do this? Why don't they just shoot over and show the cameraman, and he's wearing a Bush Country shirt, and they have to shoot him for 3 minutes, or he has to sit next to her.
Get that guy from the new Bush ad that started running. I've seen it like 5 times today. For some reason, at the end of it, it shows a cross-section of America, and there's like a mechanic at the end who looks just like Teddy Roosevelt.
What?
And get that guy in there. It's the weirdest thing ever. It's almost, and he gives a wink like Teddy Roosevelt would. Like Teddy Roosevelt, the trustbuster, is endorsing George W. Bush.
I think he's bully. If I was alive, I'd know who I'd be voting for. George W. Bush.
And I'm watching it and I'm going, am I just insane now from this election?
No, so is he dressed up like Teddy Roosevelt? Is it a...
No, he's in a mechanic's uniform.
Yeah.
He's got like his little embroidered name tag on and stuff. And he's putting on an American flag decal on a window. But he's got a big fat face, giant cheesy mustache, the little glasses, and he's Teddy Roosevelt. And they know what they're doing.
Dub says he found that commercial for us, Fez, so let's run it.
Our enemies are innovative and resourceful, and so are we. They never stop thinking about new ways to harm our country and our people, and neither do we.
Oh, who will be president of Looneyville come November 2nd? That's what we have to know.
We're going to be fine. The Republic will be fine. I've told you time and time again. All right, Fezzy, 2020 won't drop it. They had another look at the Da Vinci Code last night. And here's the big question. This is what they all want to know. Was Jesus married to Mary Magdalene?
I would say no. I don't think Jesus was married to Mary Magdalene.
Would it make a difference to you, though?
You know, it really wouldn't. I mean, if she was there hanging out anyway.
I would love to see some family pictures. It's Jesus, Mary Magdalene, the little Christ, they're all sitting around together. Let's just have one picture thing. The interesting thing there is, you know, when I'm watching those things, I think Da Vinci meant that, though. But it doesn't make it true. I mean, he was just an artist painting something. But I definitely think after watching the show last night, he was trying to get that angle through. Now, here's what they were saying, Fez. Not only did he have relationships with Mary Magdalene, she was an apostle, which if you really follow a lot of the stuff, it did seem like she was an apostle. And yet she never gets the credit for that.
Right, that makes sense because, I mean, she was with them the whole time. I don't think she was a Band-Aid.
Even after the other ones ran for the hills, she stayed with his ma when the going got really rough. But then supposedly she moved to France while she was pregnant. That's the Holy Grail. That's the point of the book. Left from there to Canada, lived in that part, her family, the bloodline, moved to Canada. And then down to Florida, supposedly the Arsenault family. If you ever run into any of them, the Arsenaults, that's the bloodline that you could trace all the way back.
Wow, so they've been able to follow it that far. That ABC, they are into this thing.
Yeah, so keep an eye out for that.
Yes, chosen one.
How would you like to actually, you know, hook up with a chick who was part of that bloodline?
I wouldn't feel good enough.
You know, I mean, it would actually feel so much better than dating a Kennedy, which used to be the big deal.
But, you know, Jesus did love weddings. He went to that wedding at Cana and was having such a good time, he turned the water into wine.
Yeah,
and to keep the party going.
Yeah, and it is odd to think that he wouldn't try to have the full human experience, meet some people. I think it would be nice if there was a couple of stories of, you know, Jesus is like 11 or 12, he's coming home to his mom. Why doesn't she like me? What is it? And when we go, oh, look, when our kids get upset, look, Jesus went through the same thing. He had trouble meeting women.
Make her like you. No, not with your powers. I mean, impress her.
I don't act like suddenly that his parents were Darren Stevens, trying to constantly stop him from doing miracles.
They weren't ready for that yet. Ricky Williams says he'd like to play for the Oakland Raiders, maybe as soon as next season. Well, that was a long retirement.
All right, Fez, don't I remember your...
Radio Psychic,
which I believe was this week when you yelled, "That's it, we'll never see Ricky Williams again." That's what made me start to think he's coming back.
Boy, I would feel a little better if I got a couple years out of it, not just a few months.
If they would let the brother smoke a joint on the sidelines, he'd still be in the game. That's the problem with the game right now. We're losing good players because they can't have a little weed.
And this just drove him insane. I mean, he filled out his retirement papers with the NFL. He went the whole 9 yards to get out of the league. Maybe I'd like to play for Oakland.
You know, one of the things that he actually said is I didn't stop playing football because I got busted for herb or failed the test. He said, I stopped taking the masking agents to keep me from failing the test because I no longer wanted to play. So he never acted like he stopped smoking pot. He just stopped doing whatever drugs cover that up.
And he must really love North Turner to want to go to the Raiders. If that's the one team that can bring him out of this sabbatical, this retirement.
It's the fancy helmet. Every player would love to wear that helmet. It's the best helmet in football.
Well, they all look good in it.
And the name Raider Nation. It's a lot better than Dolphin, isn't it? Nobody wants to play for the Dolphins.
One of the teams interested in Raider receiver Tim Brown is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So basically, you have the Bucs trying to become the Raiders East.
Yeah, well, that's what every kind of owner does. I call it it's the same. It's just like the same gimmick in any business. When somebody gets hired, if Alan got hired at some station in San Francisco, we'd all go with him. That's the way this damn game is played.
So you got the coach, you got the GM, you got the running back, Charlie Garner, tried to get the quarterback, Rich Gannon, and now interested in Tim Brown. So I wonder if the Bucs will just get the cool uniforms too.
Well, I thought they did a lot cooler over the last couple of years. They're a lot better than they used to do with the Bucko Bruce, the one that you grew up with, that you called Uncle Brucey.
Maybe I'm the only one who liked the orange and white Bucko Bruce creamsicle costumes.
Basically, because it matches your complexion, orange and cream.
Sometimes it's more orange.
Ew.
Former WWE superstar Brock Lesnar, he is signed with the Minnesota Vikings and entered training camp as a defensive tackle.
Oh, I thought he would be the quarterback. I'm a little disappointed. I thought Brock would be playing QB.
That's another radio psychic if you want to hit it, because I said he'd never make it and no team would sign him.
Radio psychic. Radio psychic.
All right, you're 0 for what, $1 million now, Fez? I mean, we could do better throwing darts than having your radio psychics.
It's getting close, but I really hope I'm going to hit it on this Jesus marriage thing. I think that's going to start to be my turnaround.
I don't know what I love about those shows, just the priest going like this. No, she wasn't a whore. I don't know how that got out. And didn't you always hear your whole life that she was a prostitute?
Always heard that.
Yeah.
That Jesus turned her life around.
Yeah. Never happened.
No, she was always a good girl.
Yeah. She was a nice girl. She's a nice girl from a nice family. Don't you do it. Not about Mrs. J.C. Not here, not now, my friend. Not here, not now.
Well, let me do this now. Brock Lesnar will not make the final cut when regular season starts.
All right.
Radio psychic.
I like your chances on that one, Fez.
Radio psychic.
That probably guarantees him a Super Bowl ring.
Right now, he's on the practice squad, so...
Oh, along with Scott from Big Brother. Both of them together are playing on the practice squad. You know, you listen to Scott on Big Brother, and he's talking about how he's in the NFL. Hey, Scott, the NFL is running right now. All right, Brock Lesnar spoke today, Fezzi, at a press conference, and we have a little bit of what he had to say to the
press. Our enemies are innovative and resourceful, and so are we. They never stop thinking about new ways to harm our country and our people, and neither do we.
He must be talking about the Packers.
I don't know where that comes from. I really don't. All right, we're going to take a break here. Remember, next Thursday night, come out and see Ron and Fez live. Dubs is going to be there. Is El Jefe able to make it out, or is he got to stay here?
He's got to stay in the studio.
Yeah. You know, I was a little disappointed when I found out El Jefe didn't use our show to plug his Hooters thing. I want you to step in for that.
Okay, I definitely will.
I know he's shy. I want him to use this show. Whatever the hideout wants to do, or as he's now calling it, El Jefe's Cafe. And I don't even know where that came from, but I saw that the salespeople had some stuff on it.
I actually have to thank El Jefe with my new haircut from Fred the Hair Genius at Bubbles at Pentagon City Mall. It was El Jefe's suggestion that I flip my bangs up and gel them. So, and it looks great, and I just want to thank El Jefe. For a guy who looks like an extra from Escape from New York, he has some sort of style sense.
He also reminds you, Fez, when you're putting on eye cream, it goes on the ring finger, and then just dab. Just dab around the tips. Back in a few moments, we're going to give out some of those power cards a little later on in the show tonight. Also, the new Madden is in, and we'll be talking to somebody from EA Sports?
Yeah.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
Yeah, we'll be talking to the producer of Madden, Phil Frazier.
It's Madden 2004? 2005. Unbelievable, Fez. We'll be back in a few moments. It's the Ron and Fez Show.